Taurus. Hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late September, moving into early October 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful bulls? What do we have for Taurus in late September, early October? What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus. Late September, early October, beautiful time of year, if I do say so myself. Let's get it going. What do we have? Nice and quick. Cool. So who and what you tie your energy to could be extremely important whenever I see this card. And again, we're not just going to tie this just to relationships and personal stuff, because it could be a lot of things, right? Energetic cords are a big subject when you look at it. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see here, we have this man. There's like this woman that seems to be coming out of the mirror. And I always say it's not like a creepy, scary movie where people are coming out of the mirrors. There's a softness, there's a care, and there is an implied distance. Now, for some of you, this could be very simple and easy. Maybe there's a big trip coming up or distance between you and someone, whether that's physical or an emotional distance. But if we're not even talking about that, to me, this represents the unseen cords that connect us all. I personally believe that in any relationship, friend, family member, lover, even specific places that mean a lot to us, there is some sort of energetic attachment that we make, even if we don't try to. So this card to me is all about who and what we are giving our energy to. So in this time, yeah, maybe there's a good energy, a good back and forth. Hopefully you're not feeling drained. Hopefully something's not taking too much of your energy. So for some Tauruses, maybe that's what Spirit's saying. Like, hey, just watch who and what you're giving your energy to in this time. Don't deplete yourself. That's a big thing when I see this card as well. And not saying that a person is an energy vampire, but it's just like don't deplete yourself here, Taurus. I do like it mostly, as long as you're not scattering your energy all over the place. And this could also represent soul ties, but we're just going to leave it there. I could keep talking about this card for like another 10 minutes. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first one doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for Taurus. What do we got? In late September, early October. What's the energy, please? And while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. There was a big magnetic type of energy around the Taurus reading last week, so that could be something that continues. The reading was titled Here They Come, and I was getting a lot of people, a lot of situations, like just Taurus is bringing stuff to them, even if they're not trying to. So don't be surprised whether it's like new people, old people, these situations, that situations. The only thing that had me a little concerned was potential overwhelm, because there's just tons of magnetism. So just know that could bleed over for a couple weeks. But we're going to see what you get this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Taurus. What's happening in late September, early October? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're starting good. I like this 9 of Cups. It's one of my favorite cards. I don't want to speak too soon yet, though. You know, if any of you watched the Virgo reading, you would know why. Because that one was a bit of a mixed bag, but I'm not going to say that's going to be you. Let's get a couple more. This might be a really good one, though. Let's get 2 more here for Taurus. Thank you. Very similar. Okay. So we have the 7 of Wands in the center. Same thing as the Virgo. If you're connected to a Virgo, you might want to watch that reading, honestly, because there's already a lot of similarities. Okay, cool. So maybe we are getting into the conversational type of energy. We do have the Page of Cups. I feel like most of this energy is comfortable for Taurus, but I like this page here on the back end. But you do have a bonus this week, which is the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so that's something we do want to look at. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements first, and you have a pretty good mixture here. You have mostly water. Now, with the Nine of Cups and the Page of Cups, this element, the cups and water, represent the internal world. So emotions, feelings. Not saying that you're going to be in your feelings all week, but it's just like maybe there's some intensity within. Most of this reading to me does look very good and agreeable, and usually Taurus energy works great with water. So it's like, yeah, no, I could deal with this. I could work with this. I mean, it could just be very creative and expressive. There is a lot of the chit chat going on. We have fire in the center, which is the realm of action, movement, passion, desire. The only thing with the fire energy is that it could be a little unpredictable in its ways. Then we have earth. So most of the energy, most of the elements seem to be ones that work with Taurus energy. So I'm feeling optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic here. But let's go through and build this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with a beauty. We start with a lovely card. We have the Nine of Cups, and we see our little John Travolta look-alike friend sitting right there. He's surrounded by those Nine of Cups. He looks real happy with himself, right? He looks happy. He looks content. So this is a card of wins, victories, blessings. It's wish fulfillment. So it's like, oh yeah, this makes me happy. For some of you, this could just be a state of comfort. So there might be an area of your life where you're like, I'm happy with where it is. I'm content with where it is. This person could be just in their happy bubble, which is a nice thing. So again, this could be all sorts of great stuff. Now, the only downside to the Nine of Cups, because this is the type of energy that will give you the shirt off their back. Um, it's extremely welcoming and warm. So the downside to me is like, all right, there's been this theme going on in the Earth readings about being nice, being kind, being empathetic, but not too empathetic, not too kind. Finding that balanced area. Another thing with the Nine of Cups, sometimes it could overindulge, where this is someone where it's like, I just need to feel good, or I just want to feel good, and they overindulge in certain behaviors. We're not going to list them, but I think you're getting what I'm putting down. But to me, I'm going to call it a positive until something else shows us otherwise. Now, moving to the middle, as we get this Nine of Cups tucked right back in where it belongs, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, this card is literally a coin flip to me. We see that individual, it's like they're on top of a wall fending a whole bunch of people off. Now, the good thing about this is a ton of determination. Never say die, never say quit type of energy, where it's like, all right, my mind is set on something and I will see it through. There is nothing that is going to stop me. So it's like dead set on something and it will make it happen. Super determined. Really love it. Screams Taurus energy to me when I see that. But there is a downside. Obviously, this card could represent anger. It could represent conflict. It could be very aggressive. It could represent problems. Because notice the person, they're fighting things. They're fighting things one after another. So watch out for things popping up, especially with the fire element, because it's things that could just pop in out of nowhere. Do I think it's going to completely shake you? I wouldn't say that. To me, it feels more of like a little bump in the road. And that's how the reading goes. It goes smooth, bump, smooth, bump. That's how the energy is flowing for you. So we'll look at this. The only thing with the Seven of Wands is like maybe there's someone that feels cornered or trapped, but we're not going to explore that too much. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Page of Cups. Lovely. I love this card, big water sign energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. If you're not connected to any of those signs, I always say pages, they're youthful, they're young, so they can represent younger people. But at the same time, they're students, they're communicators. This is great for anything new coming into your life. And remember with the water, it's creative, super expressive. So the Page of Cups is really good in my book. Even its downside isn't that bad, in my opinion. So for some of you, this could be an offer. It could be a talk of some kind, and we'll look at the details of it. Now, the downside of the Page of Cups is that it could be a little shy, right? It could be a little bashful, where it's like, oh, there's something I want to say, but maybe I shouldn't. It's like an energy that suppresses and bites its tongue, and there's like a little shyness to it for some reason. Now, on to your bonus, we have the Five of Pentacles. And as you can see there, it's not like the warmest energy, literally. This could be an energy that feels like it's been thrown out in the cold. This energy could represent missing somebody, feeling lonely, longing for somebody. Now, it's not always the worst. It does also tie into the finances. So this could be spirits and like, hey, Taurus, just watch the finances in this time. The good thing is that it's similar to the Seven of Wands, where it's not a permanent problem. To me, it's like good, bump in the road, good, bump in the road. So we do have some things we want to look at, but I don't feel like they're deal breakers, if that makes sense. So we're just going to put it down there. And again, that's only a bonus. I want to dive deeper on all the Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's shuffle it up here. What do we got for my Taurus friends? What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. And I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Nine of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get the 9 going. Why is it here? Why is the 9 of Cups here? Why so welcoming and happy? Thank you. Good. It's lighthearted. It's fun. And this is something I feel like I've seen for you in recent weeks, especially if you've been a little bored or things feel a little monotonous. You need to take the time to enjoy yourself. King of Swords in reverse is most definitely an energy that's not taking itself too seriously. At least that's how it feels to me. Now, the King of Swords could represent an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Remember, it's not gender specific. But usually, to me, in the upright, if that's not a person, the King of Swords is stern, very serious, to the point. There's no BSing around. It's like a strict disciplinarian. So when I see him in reverse underneath the Nine of Cups, it's like, just lighten up. So again, I hope you're not dealing with somebody that you wish they would just lighten up a little bit, but there is this energy, this pull where it's like, let's have a good time, let's enjoy ourselves, let's have fun. Now, I can also put the blanket statement when I see this. This could be a win, it could be a victory for sure. I just want to see how the rest of it goes. But that energy has shown up for you multiple times in like the past month, where it's like, Taurus, if you're bored, go shake things up a little bit. If you've been all work no play, or if you've been going through a rough situation, make some time to enjoy yourself and have fun. I'm not going to tell you exactly what you should or shouldn't do, right? Everyone's definition of fun is different, but you should have some. You should enjoy yourself. Let's keep moving. Let's go in on the Seven of Wands, because again, this isn't the rough energy to me. If there's any place I'm looking for potential bumps in the road, it's what we have coming up. But let's see what the Seven of Wands has. Why is that here for my Taurus friends, please? Why is the Seven of Wands in the mix? Thank you. Oh, okay. So we have Lady Justice in reverse underneath the Seven of Wands. It's a little wild to me. Okay. Now, watch. I'm going to use a term here, just take it however it hits, but watch out for anyone harshing your mellow, if that makes sense. That's like a hippie term, right? Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But it's like, ooh, all right, why are you harshing my mellow, dude? That's just how it feels. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. But the Seven of Wands, the conflict, the aggression. When I see Lady Justice in reverse, it's too heavy-handed. It's somebody that's just doing too much, or it's like way too intense. So to me, it's either one of two things. Either somebody is like very quick to respond in certain ways where like their patience might be razor thin, they're just very much on edge. They could be angry, mad, upset. That's just how this energy feels to me in the middle. So it's like total opposites, where this energy, it's lighthearted, it's having a good time, it's cutting loose. And then this energy is like Oscar the Grouch in the center. Now, Lady Justice, she can represent legal situations. She can represent anything you put your signature on. So, again, for any of you that might be signing anything, and legal documents, or anything involving legalities, be very careful and cautious about your paperwork. That's one thing. I know not every Taurus is, but anything dealing with legalities, be very cautious about it. But at the same time, this energy could be an overreaction. That's why I'm seeing the aggression, the anger, like it spikes. And don't let anyone harsh your mellow, okay? Or mess up your fun for any of the younger viewers, right? Like if you're feeling like happy, good, in a light mood, don't let someone intrude and bring you down. That's the big vibe I'm picking up. Let's keep moving. And we're not going to let that energy sway the whole entire reading. So yeah, very similar to the other Earth signs this week, where there's some good stuff, there's some really great stuff, but then there's some stuff we need to watch out for, right? Let's move in on the Page of Cups. We'll see what that has. A little angry, a little testy in the center. Why is that Page of Cups here? Yeah, it's just someone that like the reaction. It's like just too much. Seven of Swords. Okay. I mean, this could be good. This is like a crapshoot for some of you, though. So we have the Seven of Swords in the upright underneath the Page of Cups, and I'm going to give you the best case scenario, and I'm going to give you the roughest case scenario. To me, it does somewhat feel like somebody telling a secret of some sort. So I don't know whether it's a friend, a family member, or someone where it's like, Taurus, I'm going to tell you something, but you have to promise never to tell anybody else. Like, that's kind of how this is feeling to me on the back end. It's either that, sharing a secret of some sort or revealing information, or this could be an unexpected or a surprising talk or message. And let's talk about why. So, the Seven of Swords is a very shrouded energy. Normally, I always say big warning with this card. It could be untrustworthy people, it could be thieves. So, I mean, maybe for some of you, watch who you give certain pieces of information to. I'm not saying withhold everything. I'm not saying hide things. Just be cautious with the energy you're putting out there or the information you're putting out there, because the Seven of Swords is a little leaky. Okay. And then, yeah, with the Page of Cups, either it's someone telling you something in confidence, where it's like, Taurus, I need to tell you something, and you need to promise never to tell another soul. Either it's that, or it's just a conversation or a talk that comes out of the blue. Could it be dealing with this other stuff? Maybe. But to me, it's like, no, we're having this conversation between us. Like, nobody knows about this conversation except me and you. So again, there's like this hidden, secretive, unexpected energy around communication. So again, maybe you're going to have some talks you're not expecting to have. But I don't know why I'm getting this energy of someone sharing a secret. I guess let me know if it happens this week or over the next couple weeks. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. Super unique reading this week. I like most of it, that's for sure. There's a few things we want to watch out for. But if you kindly look in the box position number one, we have a beautiful energy in the front, the Nine of Cups with the King of Swords in reverse. It's an energy that feels fun, happy, carefree. So for some of you, maybe that's advice from Spirit saying, Taurus, enjoy yourself, have a good time. Now, what I hope is that this isn't somebody that's not taking something seriously when they probably should, because that's, especially with the dynamic we have here in the middle. Now that I think about it in retrospect, if there's something you're taking seriously and somebody's acting like they don't care or like it's no big deal, I could see how that could get a little frustrating. But there is this energy here where it's like, lighten up, have a good time. You need to loosen up the energy a little bit. Moving to the center, total opposite, right? This energy is super wound tight. We have the Seven of Wands with Lady Justice in reverse. Watch out for anything you're putting your signature on and anything dealing with legalities or contracts. But for another portion of you, it just seems like it's an energy that's doing too much, like its reactions are too heavy. Could be someone that's like just very aggressive and on edge, angry, mad, all that stuff. Moving to the back end. This could be something completely different, but we have the Page of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Now, sure, for some of you, might this be a conversation where it's like you didn't see it coming, like a surprising, unexpected one or a message? Sure. But for another portion of you, this feels like somebody sharing the secret, where it's like, this needs to stay between us. I'm going to tell you something. Please don't tell anyone else. I'm confiding in you. So just be cautious about who you share certain pieces of information with. So we're going to leave it at that here. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Taurus. What's happening? The guides and spirit team. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They can be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card going. What do we got for Taurus? Oh, okay. Nine of Pentacles. Cool. So, in the positive sense, this is a very sturdy, stable energy, which is the opposite of what we have here in the middle. The Nine of Pentacles is abundant, it's blessed. So, again, I still feel like there's some good energy coming towards a lot of Tauruses in this time. But the downside of the Nine of Pentacles is like so close yet so far. It's something where it's like, oh, I got something I wanted, but it could be a little bit better. I got a good result, but it could be a little more optimal. So just watch out for anything like that where it's like, yeah, I'll take it, but it's not what I really wanted. Watch out for having to settle when this energy shows up. And it could also be an energy that feels stuck. So any of those feelings, like feeling like you have to settle for something or feeling like you're stuck in a rut, I'll revert back to that energy we saw in the front. Like maybe you just need to loosen up the energy a little bit. But we're just going to leave it at that, my beautiful Taurus friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The September subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The September calendar is already live, so we could have ourselves a little chat. But for the September subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks ever, the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's great for beginners and experienced readers. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which ones do you get along best with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.